Well, speaking of games like Recore, I think that there's a little bit of some story that has to add up to those types of games, of where it gets a little too, you like to put it, overhyped. And this is leading into our next topic.
Yeah.
It is the 2016 hype train.
Yeah.
Toot, toot.
Yeah.
When you want to explain?
Yeah.
That a
So
little bit?
I felt like, as we all know, hype around games has been something that's always been around. But I feel like this year in particular, it has really backfired and has just slapped a lot of people in the face with, like, in terms of like pre-orders and just the crazy expectations of games, just because there's a name tied to it, or you're just been straight out lied to. And I think it's finally has gotten to a point in this past year that now the gaming culture, the gaming community as a whole, realizes that it's just not healthy for the industry. I have been one that's never been a fan of pre-orders myself. I usually
you don't like pre-ordering at Best Buy to get this exclusive car skin, but when you go over to Target, you get the exclusive character monologue that comes in the beginning. But if you go over to GameStop,
yeah. Well, one thing is with this generation of consoles, first I've gone all digital.
You're a Batman fan. Obviously we've explained that in the beginning, and you love the Arkham series. How did you feel about the whole? Well, if you pre-order here, you get this Batman skin, but if you pre-order here, you get this Batman skin.
Well, as a Batman fan, I bought the season pass, so it didn't matter.
Oh, you got those anyway?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought those were still just exclusive.
No, no, they were timed exclusives.
Oh.
But everybody else got them. Like I got the Harley Quinn, which was supposed to be a day one release. I got the Red Hood little intro thing, which was supposed to be, I think, a Best Buy or a GameStop exclusive. And then the skins. Yeah, with Arkham, you're talking about Arkham Knight, like in particular.
Yeah, they were the ones that did it the most.
Yeah,
recent.
that one was ridiculous with all of the pre-order stuff that was over there. But as for me, as somebody who I knew, I know if it's a game I'm gonna get the season pass for, which I'm not big fans of in the first place, but I did it anyways, just because I like playing. I like playing the Arkham games, and I like playing with the other characters. Like, my favorite part of Arkham City was playing as Catwoman, not because she's like my DC lady, which she is. But I just like, because I'm not I will admit I am more of a Marvel fan than a DC fan. And when it comes to the DC side of comics, I like Gotham over Metropolis.
Because it's the better one.
That's a whole other debate. I'm not going to go into this. But when it comes to Gotham, I'm not the biggest fan of Batman.
Oh.
Okay?
Okay.
I like the other characters in Gotham.
I like
Catwoman, Poison Ivy, Scarecrow. Mainly, the villains.
The villains.
Yeah. For me, though, the character Batman, I know we're getting off topic here, is... I enjoyed some of the comics. I enjoyed the games because the games are fun. Okay? But with the comics, I tend to stick towards the non-Batman related ones. Like, he'll show up and he'll be here and there, but they're not he's not the focus. Like,
you read Dark Knight 3 yet?
No, I haven't. The only Batman
like
the only Batman focused comics that I really liked was Hush, the Hush series.
Hush was good.
So
Hush was good.
But yeah.
But like so going over to this side of the table.
Yeah.
Okay.
You got
Quinn.
You got
What's up?
the doot doot.
Yeah.
What was
Well,
was
I
going on?
actually have a lot to talk about this.
Oh, okay.
Well, one in particular.
Let's strap ourselves in here.
Are you gonna
Moving
talk
the
about the
microphone
Are we gonna talk about the elephant
No,
in the room
we'll
on the
get that.
topic?
We'll get that.
Okay.
I'm not going to talk about
I have that
one.
last.
Okay.
I have that last.
The
Okay.
one I have that makes me angry and makes me very, very sad, because this guy is what gave me hope in life. Okay, well, not hope in
Hope
life.
in life.
You heard it. Timestamp that
is,
one.
Yeah, exactly.
Is with Mighty Number 9.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Created by the legend himself, KG Inafune.
Mm-hmm. I got to see him
Really?
at PAX. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was this after he was fired from, or quit Capcom or whatever?
Yeah.
fired?
It was a panel for
Mighty Number 9?
For Mighty Number 9. It was actually hosted by Colin Moriarty from Kind of Funny, but it was at PAX, and it was interesting because yeah. But that's a different topic for a different time.
And so I never realized, because after he got fired from Capcom or quit Capcom, I was in 8th grade when that happened, and that was right when Mega Man Legends 3 was supposed to come out for the 3DS. And one of the big reasons why I wanted a 3DS, because I had played not almost every single Mega Man game. I've played a lot of them.
There's a lot.
There hasn't been a Mega Man game for 3DS, is there?
Let me tell you about that, actually. So, I did my research. Well, I did my research a little while ago. So, in America, I'm not including like phone games or anything that are exclusive to Japan or whatever. And I'm also not going to include the bundled like packs or whatever that includes, like, because there was just the Mega Man, which is kind of like a punch in the gut on Capcom's part, I guess. There's a Mega Man bundle collection that just came out for the anniversary or whatever. It only includes the first 6 games. It doesn't even include 1 through 10.
Oh yeah, the one that came out for 1 and PS4 and stuff.
And the thing about that is, rewind that back to GameCube, PS2. There was a anniversary collection, but that included the first 8 games.
Right.
So this later one for his older anniversary includes less games, but the whole point of it is it's supposed to mix up the stages or something, or look super cool or whatever. So there hasn't been a new Mega Man game, as far as I am aware, in America. I think the latest one, actually, because I was going to say the latest one is actually just a sort of remake with a little bit. But the latest one was Mega Man Star Force 3 on the DS, which came out when I was in 6th grade, so I was 10. So it's been almost 10 years since a new Mega Man game. And obviously they aren't going to make a new one. Like, it's pretty apparent that Capcom doesn't really care about Mega Man. The biggest thing they've done for Mega Man so far is they let Nintendo use him in Smash, and then they just added him to Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite as Mega Man X, which is...
That's the newest one.
Yeah, which is awesome, because last time they put him in a fighting game, they used the crappy box cover art Mega Man, so he looked really stupid, and he was like a bottom tier character.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The old NES version.
Yeah, like where he had like the little blaster and he was fat. Yeah, that's the one that's how they treat Mega Man. And so I was like, well, I didn't have super high hopes for my number 9. I'll just say that right away, because it took a while to come out, and it was an indie back project.
And it got delayed.
Yeah, it was delayed
for
again. A long time.
I remember going into GameStop and I'd see the banner, and then I was like, it was before PAX, and I was like, that game ain't coming out. Yeah. And then all of a sudden, like a couple after I came back from PAX, gone. It had the wrong day on it. Was not right.
Yeah, it got delayed, and also another thing that even applies to now, as far as this video is concerned, the handheld releases that were supposed to come out for Vita and 3DS are still not out for Mighty Number 9. And it's already on discounts and clearance shelves at almost every single store you go to. God. But I think, honestly, it's really disappointing, because Keiji Inafune, I'm pretty sure, is done as far as his career is concerned, because with the failure of that, and the whole... There's supposedly this wasn't like what he really said. It was like a mistranslation or something like that. But he was quoted on this, was that upon the release of Mighty Number 9, he said, "It's better than nothing," which a lot of people quote a lot of the time. And supposedly that's not a real quote, which I would like to believe, because if the Mega Man creator said that, I would be very disappointed.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you.
But everyone quotes him on that now, and so, since the general consensus of whatever, people they'll just think that's what he said. So he's pretty much done. He's just over. They haven't completed the handheld versions. Every project they've made is so bad now. And I read actually why it was such a failure, and it was because what they did was, like, they didn't make a base version of the game or whatever, and then just make that into ports for different consoles. What they were doing is they were making a version for each system at the same time, all at the same time.
Wow.
So they had to, like, if one version was like messed up, they had to fix that and blah 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 or whatever. Wow. And so
I remember because that game was kickstarted, right?
Yeah, it was completely well, I think they had some of their money, but the whole point of the Kickstarter was to help fund.
Yeah, and I know somebody that did the Kickstarter, and he would get random emails, but they would apparently, I kept asking him. I was like, "Are they even talking to you guys?" And he goes, "Yeah, well, they're very involved with us." But I mean, like he was wanting to buy it for Vita, and he wanted to buy it for PlayStation 4, and you know, he hasn't gotten it. I mean, he didn't get his Vita copy, and he got his PlayStation 4 copy, obviously. But it's, yeah, I mean, games like that of where they just start talking about how like, this is what it's gonna be like, and then totally don't deliver on it. Ergo, the big one of last year was No Man's Sky, where there were flat out lies talked about
exactly.
it. I mean, it was almost it's probably got to be one of the worst. Like, this is what the game this is what the game's gonna look like, and then this is actually what the game looks like. I saw the like side by side comparison of like the dinosaurs and lush stuff that you get to see, and then it turns out there's these blocky characters that are just smudges on the canvas.
It reminds me of like a fast food menu where you see like the nice.
Where it's
where they like glamorize it.
And you're just like,
did you see it? You ever seen how they do that? Where like
What's that?
McDonald's does
I have.
that?
They like put little things through the burgers to hold it in place or whatever.
Well, the way they do the patties is they grill it on just the sides.
Oh yeah.
To keep it still thick, and then they put it in the side.
Yeah.
Actually, a real quick thing about that is, first off, did you know? I don't know if it's still down now, but I was talking to my friend about No Man's Sky, and supposedly the Reddit thread for No Man's Sky got completely erased. And then on top of that, their Twitter has been laying low ever since.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Which
there was the thing about, I think the biggest moment when I found out, it was like, oh wow, I'm glad I didn't buy that, because I mean it came out for PC, so I could have got it. And then Christian bought it, and he was talking about, oh yeah, it's great and fantastic and all that stuff. And this was like launch, like it launched and he bought it. And the thing was like, I go, oh, the game's multiplayer, right? And he goes, yeah, the game's multiplayer. I go, okay. And then that art, like IGN
not even a day later. Yeah, not even a day later. Not even 24 hours.
Where they're
in the same
friends,
spot.
yeah. And then the guys who made, I can't remember the company, but when the guys who make No Man's Sky, they're like, well, actually, it's not a multiplayer game. It's a single player experience. And you're like,
it's
what?
Multiplayer in the fact that people are discovering things. Or something like that.
They there's a community. There's a community growth.
And I go, well, okay, so you literally just lied about what you talked about.
Yeah, and then you see like the spaceships and the trailers and stuff. They're all flying by each other and stuff like that, and it's just a bag full of lies.
A bag full of lies.
Have you guys actually see the ending to that game?
Isn't it just get to the center of the universe?
Yeah, like it makes a new
universe when you get into the center of the universe.
Hold on. It's a spoiler for No Man's Sky.
Oh
if
yeah,
you care.
Yes.
Anyway.
The story in No Man's Sky is godly.
So what I saw was when I was watching it is they got to the center and then it zooms out. And then it just zooms out and out, so you see the galaxy, and then all of a sudden it just zooms back in, and you're on a new planet, and then that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, so it starts over?
Yeah, it just like starts you over.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I think another thing that was kind of, this is more of like, I guess if you were really into all the talk and stuff, was when Overwatch was going against Battleborn, and where 2K was like, Battleborn's gonna be it. We have a campaign, and then I think they dropped the campaigin, didn't they?
No, the campaign is still there.
The campaign's still there. It's a little cooperative campaign.
It was just.
It's. I'm trying to think of what it's akin to, what it's like, and.
But I mean, I remember when I went to PAX, it was this huge display of like the characters were just in this big statue, all there, and then they had the booth there. But I'm like, wow, 2K's kind of pulling it out. They might be able to, and then they pushed it closer and closer to Overwatch, and I'm like, dude, you're not gonna get that one.
So I have a story about this one. So I really like the Borderlands series. My friend would say it's his favorite video game franchise of all time, which I wouldn't say that far, but I do enjoy that. And initially, let me say this about Overwatch, despite how much I love it. Okay, you guys know how much I like it. I got May wallpaper on my phone.
Yep.
I hated Overwatch initially. I did not like that game,
which was shocking because like you were probably the first person I knew that was like
you had the
really
jacket before the game came out.
He
had the hoodie before the game came out.
He went to the you went to the screening.
I went to the screening. Yes, exactly. Did you get the exclusive Widowmaker cup?
Oh yeah, did you get? Do you still have it?
Yeah, I still got it. I got it shrined up in my room with next to my soldier statue. But because I bought the collector's.
You bought it. The
I
game
bought
twice.
the collector's edition and the Origins edition.
Okay. Well, I know that feeling. I've done that. with
PC
games
and
too.
PlayStation 4, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
And so I originally hated it, and I saw, and I was like, but I want to play a new multiplayer game because I was getting done with League of Legends. I played that
Burnt
because
out.
it was my multiplayer go-to game, and it
Mhm.
was the game I would play with my friends because I liked playing that game, so we just could all hang out, play a
Yeah.
game together.
Yep.
But I was getting bored of it and like just burned out because I was like, I don't know. I felt the characters were pretty flat, and they're trying to do more now, but it's just too late. The game's been out for so long, and now just finally starting to step up the writing and the characters and stuff. I'm just done.
Yeah.
And so I was watching a League of Legends video or whatever because I watched a lot of gameplays for whatever game I'm playing at the time.
As one does. Make sure you subscribe to Primal Target.
And I saw a trailer and I saw this lady with a blade or like a rapier, and she would teleport, and I was like, "Oh, that's really cool." And it was for
Battleborn.
what is this game called?
Battleborn.
Battleborn.
Yeah, I know
Yeah.
the character. She got like the white hair.
Yeah,
and
and
the
I was
black
like,
dress.
Oh, that's cool. So I was walking with my friend around midnight to the gas station because we just walk around at night and talk. And I was like, "So, bro, Overwatch? Screw that game." I was like, but there's this cool game called Battleborn coming out. It's made by the guys who made Borderlands, so it's really promising.
Yeah.
Screw Blizzard. When's Blizzard ever made a good game, right?
Disappointed over and over again. Yeah.
And then I eat my own words and realize Overwatch is lit.
Yeah,
I don't know. I feel bad for Gearbox, right?
Yeah.
I feel bad for Gearbox because it's like because of how Battleborn's gone for them, we probably won't see another Borderlands game. I really
Oh,
feel.
really? You
I
think
really
it's done that bad?
I think.
well,
I
don't
really am
know, 'cause,
afraid
Wait,
that
I
this
thought
game
Borderlands 3 was already confirmed to be in the process of being made.
I don't know. I don't want to say that.
Yeah,
like on
I don't know
camera.
that off the top of my head.
But the thing is like, with Tales of the Borderlands, that really struck up a lot of like, oh yeah, guess what? Like there's more to the universe now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think that of what I got to see at PAX was great. Like how I'm assuming, and I could be wrong, of what I saw because I haven't played the Telltale series of Borderlands yet. I plan on doing that next after Minecraft. But the thing about it was that it kind of fits after the second one.
Mhm.
So it goes like, you got the pre-sequel, and then you got
Yeah.
second
one, and then
No, it's one.
it's
the
one
pre-sequel,
pre-sequel,
and then
two.
two.
one in pre-sequel. Oh yeah, that's right. You're right. Anyway, I knew what I was gonna say, and then I totally. But anyway,
I thought
yeah.
Tales
So
of Borderlands takes place between one and the pre-sequel.
no, because someone is in the game. That okay. This is kind of a
You're
spoiler
talking
now,
about
too.
someone who like died or something in one
Is
of the games.
Handsome Jack die in the second game?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
At the end of the second game,
it's in
he
the third
dies.
one. It's
Yeah.
in the third one then. This
Okay.
is technically 3. Tales of the Borderlands would technically be.
But Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about
Yeah,
now. I
'cause
know.
it-
I know how you're talking.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a spoiler, but in the
think the
episode
game-
I saw,
Yeah.
he's
I feel
in
like
it.
the game has been out long. Well, I
Yeah.
feel like the game's been
Yeah,
out
Tales of
long
Borderlands
enough,
has been
so-
out for like 2 years now.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
So I'm sorry if that ruined it for you, but I feel like it's been long.
we got to
enough
set up
to
like a
where-
rule base. If it hits a certain mark, then we can't talk about it.
Actually,
So comment section below. What is a appropriate time to tell you guys?
Well, I think at least a year.
At least a year. Yeah, I'd say that.
supposedly, back to Battleborn, the current player base. I don't know if this is just on console or
Well, they
PC
can't really
or
track.
whatever.
They
Yeah.
They can't really track.
Yeah, I don't
console
know
player bases.
what it would be, but supposedly, I believe it was on Reddit or something, but the current player base or something is like less than the development team.
Oh yeah, I think I heard that.
Yeah.
I think I heard that.
That sucks. That
Yeah.
sucks because like I don't want.
I feel
to
bad for all those people, that worked
I
on the
don't.
game.
I feel
'cause
bad for the people that bought the game.
I'm afraid. I can't remember the company that made Kingdom of Amalur. I can't remember.
Mhm.
And I really loved that game. I really did. I think it was one of the best Western RPGs to come out on that console cycle, the PlayStation 3 and then the 360. And
Better than Fallout?
well, like Western fantasy.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Third person, but And I was devastated when their studio closed because they got sued because their investors didn't think it made what they were wanting it to, and I don't want to see that happen to Gearbox because of Battleborn, and I'm afraid it's going to. That's
That
what I'm
would
afraid of.
It's what happened to what is it? Turtle Rock Studios, the guys who made Evolve. They got shut down.
Wait, really? They did?
Yeah.
Oh, actually, no. I don't think they got shut down. They got moved to another game.
I don't. Well, no. I think
No.
they're closing their doors.
No, I think they got put to a different game. Yeah, that was
Okay.
right. That's right. They are moving to a different game, but no one knows what's happening with like Evolve 2.
Well,
Because they're like, okay, so now.
Well, they were doing Evolve in seasons, and I know that they have the season 1, and then they have the season 2, like they're doing with
But
Rainbow
that's
Six
over
Siege
now.
right now. But yeah, season 2 is over, and I don't think there's not gonna be any more updates or anything like that for it.
No,
Which
it
I
didn't
actually I like that kind of model. I wish the sports games, I'm looking at you, FIFA, Madden, all those, would do that, where you just release a game and then you just do like a season pass every year to just give it like a fresh update.
That
Yeah.
would be
I'm
cool.
okay with that. Like I like that type of model for like Rainbow Six Siege, where everything is free, but you can get it early, you can get it and not have to grind for it. And you're not buying a whole new game every single year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, it's the same thing with like Destiny. I mean, essentially,
Yeah.
Destiny 1 was like Destiny 0.5.
yeah.
And
it
then
was
we
like
got.
beta.
Yeah. And then by now we have a full. Everything that you've ever wanted Destiny to be is now what it is.
Yeah, very similar to
Um,
Street Fighter V's release, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that like I loved Mafia 2, and when Mafia 3 came out, there was a lot of hype riding on that.
There was, yeah.
Mafia 2 was amazing, and I wanted it, and I actually still I got that as a Christmas present was Mafia 3, because I didn't want to buy it because
Yeah.
I was like, you hear all these mixed reviews about how. The cinematics are beautiful, and they are. I mean, all you got to do is watch a trailer, and you can go, "Wow, this game looks beautiful." But the mechanics of it, of like, there's no fast travel. If you want to drive from top of the map to the bottom, you gotta drive. And apparently, there's a mission in there where you have to go from the top of the map to the bottom, just for a cutscene, to drive all the way back up.
Wow.
And you're like, and you can't fast travel. And I'm like, and I heard the driving isn't even that great, and there's a lot of glitches in the game. And the thing is like, as much as I love story, that's the reason why I would give Mafia 3 a try. Because I think it's interesting storyline. But it's things like that where you're like, it's a bummer because I'm more than willing to wait for a game to be finished.
Yeah.
I don't need a game every single year.
Delays, if I hear it's a delay, like I don't get
Well, it's kind of like with Red Dead.
Yeah,
It's like with Red Dead Redemption. It's like I don't think that game is coming out when they are wanting it to.
No, probably not.
I think it'll come out next year.
Yeah, and I don't mind if if I know it's being developed by a team that's delaying it with good purposes instead of just delaying it because we don't have the money to develop it, to finish it on time, and which is what happens with a lot of these particular games, these hyped games that just I think like they spent just way too much marketing it. Like if they for instance, if they delayed Mass Effect Andromeda again, I'd be like, okay, it's fine with me as long as I know BioWare is gonna do it right because Dragon Age Inquisition was fantastic, including all the DLC. Up until The Witcher 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, I had some of the best production quality DLC that I've ever played.
Well,
it wasn't even like it didn't even feel like DLC because you know how when you play DLC, it can feel like DLC.
Yeah.
The quality isn't.
Where you're like, why can I access this part of the map before? Oh, that's the reason why,
Yeah.
because it wasn't unlocked yet.
Yeah, and just
Like Fable. Fable 3 was like that.
And so that's
There's
why
an island you can get to.
And so that's why I'm okay with them delaying it.
Well, yeah, because it's like
Plus, I'm excited for it. I want it to be right.
I'd rather have companies like Rockstar or like BioWare where they just, or even with Bethesda. Even in recent times where they're like, I love it when Bethesda comes out and they're like, yeah, Fallout 4, yeah, that comes out this year. Damn. And it's like months later.
Yeah,
and
when
it comes
they
out.
announced it at E3 and it came out in like November.
Yeah, and same with Dishonored. Like we knew kind of Dishonored was coming, but we didn't know very much about it. And then because at PAX they had like a Dishonored 2 booth.
Yeah, and they're gonna.
Well, actually, no. E3's before PAX, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, and they'll probably do the same thing with the next Skyrim game, and I will wait another 5 or so years.
But
for the
but
next
the thing
Skyrim
is
game.
like
I don't mind.
I don't.
Or not Skyrim, but Elder Scrolls. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but I don't care. Like if a company, like that's why I look at when it comes down to do you go Dice or do you go Infinity Ward and
Oh,
Treyarch and Sledgehammer? And the thing is I do appreciate the fact that Activision is looking at it as, okay, we needed to hire a third company.
yeah.
And I'm glad they're giving those people jobs. And I'm glad now they're giving them 3 years to make a Call of Duty game than to make them,
Every two.
Infinity Ward
They
and
would give
Treyarch
them, like,
to make 2 games.
Yeah.
They had to make a game every single year. They would make the game, release it,
Well,
have to go right back into production. And
well, yeah,
it's like
they would go right back into production because I feel like for each game they'd make, they had a 2-year cycle to make the game, right? Because Infinity War would release when it start one, but while they were, because they didn't start at the same time because they staggered their releases. So
it always comes out in November now. So now it's
I'm
like
pretty sure though, but that gives each company when it was just Infinity War and Treyarch, it would give them 2 years to develop the game. When it was both, because you would get one come out and then another one, and then when that one, and then they would start doing that. Okay, and then the next November, Treyarch would release theirs, and that's 1 year of development that Infinity War has had, and then
But
there's
that
one more
mean-
year that they.
But the thing was, is they would like in that mark they had to make the game, release it. Okay,
And then-
great, and then go back into making the other game. And
Yeah.
I mean, it's their job and it's whatever. But
Yeah.
like, I'd rather the development team look at it and go, okay, let's take a breather. That's why
Yeah.
I love the Tomb Raider series, because Tomb Raider, there's so much time
and you
and
mean
effort.
with Crystal Dynamics
Yeah,
Tomb Raider,
with-
right?
yeah.
That's what
Yeah.
I'm assuming you're talking about.
with Camilla Luddington
Yeah.
as Laura. But like the thing about it is like you can tell there's time, there's details put into it, and I think and especially now, and I don't care that. Sure, as an Xbox person, I was fine with obviously the game coming out first for us.
Yeah.
But like when the 20th anniversary thing came out, I love that because that means they are getting more money. They're getting more support from PlayStation fans that have already loved the series.
Yeah.
And by doing that, it's now giving them a chance to go, okay, we still get a little bit more breathing room.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
slowly start thinking about how we're going to make. I think there's already
I think it's
rumored,
probably in works.
yeah,
that wouldn't
rumored to
surprise me.
be another Tomb Raider game.
Um,
But it's like I don't mind them getting some breathing room and stuff like that to make the other stuff. I mean, Destiny 2 is predicted to come out this year.
I don't
but
see
I mean,
that happening.
But
I personally hope not.
Yeah,
But
that
the
would
thing
suck.
was-
I would rather.
But
wait
the thing
another
is,
year
though,
for
is
that,
like I wouldn't mind because they're having, they've had years to make it,
this is true.
and so and
it's
if
been
they
out for
just
2 years
if they
now,
just
right?
come out,
Destiny's been out for 2 years now, right?
Destiny no, it's been out longer than that.
It's been
Wait,
3?
longer than that? Really?
Yeah, it didn't
Was
it
it
come
a-
out launch of
was it a
Xbox
launch
One and
title?
PS4? Because that was, or maybe before that. So it's been 3 or 4 years.
No, I think
No.
it's been 3 at the most. It's been 3 at the most because it didn't. I don't think it was a launch title
Okay, well,
because it came out on the 360 and it came on.
Xbox One and PS4 came out when I was a senior.
It's
So
about 3 years ago.
yeah.
We're fact checking.
Yeah,
Quality assurance for you guys.
exactly. They're gonna already know. So it
Yeah,
don't
they'll
matter.
probably know, and that's gonna be in the comments.
Release date 2014,
So 3 years.
What's the day?
September 9th.
So it's been a little over 2 years.
Yeah. No, 3. 2014. Well,
Oh.
yeah, it'd be 2, but
Yeah,
it's
a little
Yeah.
over 2
Okay.
years.
I thought it's been longer than that. Anyway,
It feels like it when you play it sometimes.
yeah. Any other games that were on that hype train? Anyone clamoring to get on that caboose there?
Well, I mean, I don't think we need to talk so much about No Man's Sky. I feel like everybody at this point
No,
knows
yeah.
that story. I think for me, I thought Quantum Break kind of felt that. I felt like there was a little.
It wasn't that bad of a game.
I don't know.
I played it. I liked it. But I
don't
will
know.
tell you,
Was it?
it's a little broken on PC. Now there could have been an update, and I've heard there has
Yeah.
been an update, but I played it on Xbox first.
Yeah.
But I also got like the digital code for it. So
Yeah. I don't know. I felt like with that there was just so much PR and marketing for it, and then it just underperformed.
well, they changed characters. The main character that's on the cover of the first like launch stuff for Quantum Break, he's a cab driver.
Oh.
He's not even the main character. And then it's the guy from like The Following that was now The Following's canceled. So
But then again, I guess I shouldn't talk because like I haven't played it myself, so That's just from
As a
what
qu-
I've noticed
as
from
a-
like the sidelines, is that it feels like there was a lot of.
If you like
marketing
Alan
towards it.
Wake, you should
Wait,
give it a
what is
try.
Quantum Break?
Quantum
It was
Break.
an Xbox exclusive.
Remedy,
so the guys
right?
who made
Remedy made 'em?
The guys who made they made Max Payne, they made
Alan Wake.
Alan Wake.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a 360 kind of
the good
jump. Well, I mean, then again, Max Payne.
the
was their
the
thing,
good
so.
Max Payne games, the
Yeah.
classics.
Yeah.
Yeah, and so they made this game, which was more of like a very cinematic version of it, and it dealt with like time and stuff like that. And as a Back to the Future fan, I had to play it. So I was like, yeah, it's you know,
I just wanted.
okay
I
game.
just
It's an okay
wanted
game.
another
It's worth
Alan
playing.
Wake game.
Okay.
That's what I wanted.
yeah.
Personally,
So it was on the 360 though.
no.
No, Quantum
It's-
Break was
oh.
on one.
It's an
but
Xbox
Alan
One,
Wake was on
PC.
360.
Oh,
With-
okay,
as
okay,
well as
okay,
Max
okay.
Payne, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna be it. That is the closing part of this whole entire thing. Thank you so much for watching. If you sticked with us through the whole entire episode, thank you. If you joined us throughout the month, thank you also. We're gonna try and keep doing this. We will have episodes, coming out every single week, and then at the very end of the month, you'll get the full episode to watch. Also, we are on SoundCloud. Not sure how a lot of that's gonna work, but for a while it will just be on SoundCloud, and then once Apple gets that whole mess connected to themselves, then we'll be on iTunes. But for right now, we're just on SoundCloud. You can follow us over there, soundcloud.com/Primal Target. We're also on Facebook, facebook.com/Primal Target, and Twitter, Primal_Target. And when you want to check us out on Instagram, we are at Primal Target. We don't have any pictures there, but feel free to follow us there. So before we go, are we playing anything this week?
I picked up Steep while it was on sale. I had some gift cards, and it's not a $60 game.
But it's the price you paid for it, though.
I had some gift cards left over from the holiday, and so I only paid $11 out of pocket for the gold edition, while it was $51 on sale on Xbox Live. And for me, it's a 30 or if you can get it for $30 or $40, just for the base game, I think that's a good value. Because I've been waiting for a good realistic snowboarding game, since the last snowboarding game that I liked was ESPN Snowboarding 2004, I believe.
What was that for?
PS2.
PS2?
And because I wasn't a fan of the SS Tricky games.
You
or
like more
any-
serious.
I like the more
sport.
as somebody who's been
Did you try? You didn't try Sean White,
no
the Target
No.
exclusive Sean
No.
White sporting game?
no because as somebody who's I've been skiing and snowboarding since I was 8 years old,
Okay.
and so I like the more realistic stuff that I do. I don't do tricks anymore. I used to when I was younger, back in my youth.
You're not even that old though.
But yeah, I really enjoy the more realistic, just having a good line, and that fulfills my needs. And then when everybody pops on, I'll play some Overwatch.
What about you, Quinn? What are you playing this week?
What am I playing? I am playing a lot of Overwatch. Actually, I was
You get a lot
today
of
or last night.
a lot of holiday stuff.
I do. I actually got most of the stuff unlocked that I needed. I bought the Mei skin because I wasn't chancing it.
I unlocked 3 of those skins.
I did get it for PC. I did get her
Oh, you did?
Santa one,
Okay.
but then nothing on Xbox.
But yeah, that's all I've been doing. I stayed up till 4 a.m. playing. So
Yeah.
that is my daily ritual, my training regimen.
I
Your
can't-
training regimen.
I don't have that kind of time to dedicate to playing games anymore. So I was lazy and I bought boxes. I bought 125.
But with
of
gift
them.
cards though.
Through gift
Yeah,
cards.
okay, you
Okay,
gotta
through
state
gift
that. It's
Yeah,
like-
through gift cards. Yeah, I
was
got Amazon gift cards and things like that. So I just transfer those to gift cards for the Xbox, and I only spent I think $20 out of pocket for 'em,
Nice.
just to try and finish off because I got all of the holiday skins.
Very
so
good,
I
very
didn't
good.
get all of the sprays, but I got all of the skins.
I got Lucia's holiday skin, the little Santa hat.
The little
Yeah.
Santa
That's all I got out of that.
Yeah.
I've been playing. I just
what are
beat
you
the
playing?
Telltale Batman series.
Yeah.
So Batman, the Telltale series. And then I bought Minecraft story mode, so I'm probably gonna finish that and
Is
See how that goes.
that gonna actually be a good game?
I played the first episode.
Which one?
And Minecraft's story mode.
Yeah, it is
the
made.
voice acting is great. It's
Oh, it
phenomenal.
is.
But you have to. It is made. I haven't played it myself, and I haven't really played the Telltale games myself. Just to be honest with you, so I could be talking out of complete ignorance here. But from what I understand with the Minecraft in particular, is that it plays a little different because it's more geared for a
Younger, yeah.
child-friendly.
I will say
experience.
there's a lot more like there's a little less of the moving, like move to the right and you're like like
Yeah,
because like when I played the first episode because I over the holiday I downloaded the first episode of Minecraft and the first episode of Batman, and so I played Batman first, and it's all about combat. It's like, fast, hit X, hit Y, hit like left A, and you're like, ah. But with Minecraft, you're like, tap A, and you're like, and all of a sudden they start going, and you're like, okay, this makes sense. And I do like how it sticks true to Minecraft. Like there's a crafting mechanic to it. Like there's actual crafting tables where your character will walk up to it, and they're like, make sure, what do you want to build? Do you want to build a fishing rod, or do you want to build the a bow and arrow? And you're like, you get to choose which one you want to build out of the materials, and you only have enough to make one. So I do like that of where, and I like I felt more attached to these characters than I did with the Batman series.
Really?
Even though I love Batman so much, and it's just these characters. I mean, Patton Oswalt plays the main character for the guy. And then the voice actress that played Ellie from The Last of Us plays one of the characters in there too. So you got that going for you, and the voice acting you can definitely tell is that step up. But then again, I don't want to give no credit to the Batman series because Troy Baker plays Batman, and you have all these other.
He's a huge Troy Baker fanboy.
I'm not.
No idea.
I just somehow always buy the game he's in, but then again. Anyway,
wait. So he plays Batman in the Telltale series, but he plays Joker
in the Arkham games. He did, and then Mark Hamill came back to play another.
Oh, Mark
Joker.
Hamill actually.
He did play Joker at one point. He played it in the first game and the second game, right?
I believe so.
Wow,
Yeah.
But not
I didn't
the
know
third
that.
game.
Not in Origins.
And then
Mark Hamill did not do Origins.
Yeah, Troy Baker did Joker, and then he came back for Night, right?
Because there's very little Joker. Well, actually, there's quite a bit of Joker dialogue.
But the thing is I think they were shooting Star Wars during.
Yeah,
Origins.
they probably were. Yeah.
But anyway, that's what I'm playing. I'm gonna try and
yeah.
finish Minecraft story mode and
I'm just gonna keep
that
playing
done.
some steep.
some steep.
Yeah,
Steep.
those wingsuit challenges are ridiculous.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you subscribe to us right here on YouTube. Primal Target is where you are at. Thank you again from all of us here doing Bitcade. This is David. This is Quinn. My name is Ryan. And we'll see you guys in the next video. Good night, everybody.